I'm Megan Kelly, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on why condoms should be given out freely and very accessibly to people of all ages. I want to argue the fact that they should be given out in not only clinics and businesses, but out in different places and very accessible to people of all ages. How many people have ever been nervous to buy condoms or go in a clinic to get condoms?
Me.
Okay, exactly. So condoms need to be accessible and free to people of all ages. Condoms prevent unwanted pregnancies, which is a choice that every individual should have. Today I plan to convince my audience to enforce giving away free condoms to teenagers and adults of all ages. The condom is the most common contraceptive method used at first intercourse. 68% of females and 82% of males use this the first time they have intercourse. That is from the Facts of American Teens. So to understand why condoms should be given away for free, I'm going to fill you in. Richard Visor states that men and women agreed that cheap or free condoms should be readily available. Condoms should be given away for free so people of all ages have access to them whenever they need to. Minch states that providing condoms to students in public education programs will reduce the incidence of underage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted diseases. If one accepts the premise of condoms are an effective means of prevention, it stands to reason that their distribution could have a significant impact. First, people need to have access to condoms without question. If people are afraid to ask for condoms, then they won't use them, and they will go on their life without using condoms and get sexually transmitted diseases and or unwanted pregnancies. Many participants support for easy access to free condoms from early experiences of being embarrassed of buying condoms, states Visor. Condoms stop the spread of STDs and they stop unwanted pregnancies. Feeling awkward in a clinic is something many of us go through when going to get free condoms. You should have free condoms in hallways at school, or when you're walking around the grocery store, just have it a bucket or a basket. In offices, set up displays or vendors with free condoms to provide to many different people. Even though you're giving away free condoms, that does not mean that you're trying to enforce having sexual intercourse. It just means that you're encouraging protected sex. Free condoms will stop unwanted pregnancies and the spread of STDs and HIV. Not everyone can afford or has the guts to go buy condoms, but they should still have the option to have protected sex with the thought that they are doing almost everything they can do to protect themselves from unwanted pregnancies and STDs. Condoms are one of the most effective means of protecting against STDs, HIV, and pregnancies, states Minch. Anyone can become infected through sexual intercourse with an infected person, says the Condoms and Sexually Transmitted Diseases brochure. They also state that most experts believe that the risk of getting HIV and AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases can be greatly reduced if a condom is used properly. As everyone knows, there is no way to stop unwanted pregnancies, there is one way to stop unwanted pregnancies, which is not to have sex at all. However, as you get older and as the years go on and you feel love for somebody, you start having sex. You should have the option to have protected sex so you do not have to worry about unwanted pregnancies. In 2006, 750,000 women younger than 20 became pregnant. The pregnancy rate was 71.5 pregnancies per 1,000 women aged 15 to 19, and pregnancies occurred among the 7% of women in this age group. This is a graph of people that have used condoms or contraceptive the first time they had sex, and as the years go on, you can see that it begins to increase. Next is a graph showing that the majority of teens pregnancies end in birth. 59% end in birth, 14% end in miscarriage, and 27% end in abortion. Although pregnancy is not 100% preventable, it still is possible to prevent unwanted pregnancies with all forms of protection. Imagine what life would be like if no one had access to condoms and the problems that would be caused in this world today. Vischer states that one area in which participants were unanimous was suggesting that better access to free condoms would increase levels of condom use. So that's stating that if they had access to condoms, then they would begin to use condoms more. STD and HIV would spread much faster, more people would get them, and then more people would start dying from these diseases. The other thing is pregnancies. A sexually active teen that does not use a contraceptive has a 90% chance of becoming pregnant within a year of having sex, states the Facts of American Teens' Sexual and Reproductive Health. It would be way harder to prevent pregnancies from happening, and young teenagers will be pregnant when they are not ready for a child. People that cannot afford to have a baby will still be having them, and it would just cause more problems for the world overall. So in conclusion, condoms will help people have safe sex in many different ways. Any person of any age should have the right to receive condoms if they're in need, because this prevents unwanted pregnancies. I hope this information persuades you enough to go out and advocate the optimistic things free condoms have to offer. Stop and spread HIV and STD diseases, and stop unwanted pregnancies. Thank you for your time and consideration of offering free condoms to any person that is in need.